and welcome to Cook Time with Cass and Berke. In just a moment here, I'll be with my partner Berke, and we're going to show you guys how to cook the various ways to cook some croissants. We're going to do some cinnamon sugar croissants. We're going to do some mozzarella cheese croissants. Materials that you're going to need. You're going to need a bowl to mix your cinnamon and sugar in. You're going to need measurement cups so you know how much of each you need to put in there. I use Sargento deli style mozzarella cheese. We also have Pillsbury Doughboy croissants, always a pleasure. We have some McCormick's ground cinnamon, and last but not least, we have the sugar. Now, before I start, I gotta get on my handy dandy glove, and please welcome out Berke.
Thank you.
What's up?
Nothing.
You ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, well, let's get started. We have, which one should we do first?
I think we should just do it at the same time, you know?
Alright.
Scoot over a little, I'll get my own little space here, you know?
Alright, then let's start clearing this stuff off. I think I'll take my glove off for a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll just do that in the middle.
Alright, first things first, we gotta prep the oven, which is going to be right over here. We have the oven, and we do bake.
Put the degrees at 400.
And make sure you start. You have to pre-start.
You gotta pre-start while you're making it.
And back over by the kitchen. Let's see, we're going to need our bowl now. While Berke is prepping his cheese, I will show you how to mix the cinnamon and sugar. Okay. Shift it over.
Oh, and while Cass is doing that, I'll be opening this.
Yes. Okay, let's see. You should be able to see now. Alright, we have one second. Okay, so we have our sugar. Let's take our cinnamon first. We have, usually you can use this, but in this case I kind of like to just open it up. And we take 1/4 of a cup, and we just fill it. You don't have to fill it all the way. It always depends on, like how much you like of cinnamon and like what proportions you're making. So I got just a little bit. Take that in there. Sugar, I don't even use measurement cups. I just kind of go with the flow. I know how much sugar I like, Just kind of get what you like in there. We're also going to need a knife. Just kind of mix it in. You got to make sure it's mixed. Now, sometimes you see when you have a lot more cinnamon than sugar, it's usually nice to you can just add more sugar. Add it until you think you've had the right proportion. And I think I am just about good. So I think it's time to start working with some croissants. How are those croissants going?
They're going real well. I opened them up.
Alright. Just a little more sugar.
This part depends on how you want to do it. You can either put the cinnamon and sugar inside before you roll it up, or after you roll it, you can put it outside, or both ways.
I usually prefer that, even though they already have some butter on them, just to make the cinnamon and sugar stay, I take out the butter.
Cass.
Woo! Okay. Now, if you can see, they're cut into these halves. So what you have to do first is you kind of want to, just so you know what you're working with, you have 8, you want to split them up so that they're each separated. And this just takes a minute or two, because this is probably just about the most tedious part of it. And this isn't even that bad. It's just a struggle when they decide they want to stick together.
And while Cass is doing that, I'm going to get 2 slices of cheese and just dice them up. Or you can get grounded cheese already if you want. Get my handy dandy cutter.
Okay, I just about have these cut up. Now, set them out so that they're pretty spaced out, especially since me and berke are making separate. He's making the cheese and I'm making the cinnamon and sugar. So what I do is I take out the butter, and I mean, it doesn't matter how much you want, just take what you need. And I just kind of spread it out along there, just a little bit. I mean, not that much, because, I mean, well, all you have to do really is just make sure the butter's spread out so that the cinnamon and sugar sticks. Then you take a little bit of cinnamon and sugar, and you just kind of get it down there. See how much you want, you know. You can always make more cinnamon and sugar mix if you don't have enough. And just make it how you want it. Make it taste good. And that's pretty much what you do, except with all four of them. Now we have all of these cinnamon and sugared up. Now it's time for berke's part.
Alright, so I finished all the cheese. They're all cut down, you know. All cut down. So for now, I'm going to make 2 of them inside and 2 of them on the outside. And what I mean that is just like the cinnamon, Cass made them all on the inside of the roll. But I'm going to make half on the inside and half on the outside. So there it goes.
And I'm going to wash my hands from getting all this sugar off.
Alright.
How's that cheese going?
Alright, good.
Good.
And while we were doing this, our oven already is ready at 400.
Yes, it is. So that's the good thing about preheating, is right when you get done with the preparation, just throw it in.
Alright.
Now, but before we start, we have to roll them.
And all you do is go from the thick side to the skinny side and just roll them up.
Just roll.
And they're gonna look like that. But if you want a better shape at the end, make them look like real croissants, bend them halfway like a U. Okay, so we rolled them all up, and before that, they're all right here, you know?
Yeah.
Here's the cinnamon, here's the cheese. So the reason these 2 are fat is because there's cheese inside, but it's okay. So I'm gonna put the rest of the cheese on top of the other 2, so it melts on top of it, and it'll be really crispy and nice.
And my cinnamon sugar ones are pretty much fixed, except sometimes you have a lot of excess cinnamon and sugar, and sometimes, just to give it even a little more flavor, just pour some of that on top. And if you just want them the way they are, the cinnamon and sugar will not hurt them. They won't burn in the oven. So,
and here's the last of the cheese.
alright.
And it's okay if you miss on top of it too.
It's not gonna like burn in the oven. Alright, so now this is what the finished product will look like. This is getting ready. These are perfectly prepped and ready to go in the oven. Let's get them in the oven, boy.
So the oven is at 400 degrees, ready to go. So we just open it, put it to the bottom one so that it doesn't burn off the top of the cheese. It depends which one you're cooking. If it's cheese, put it on the bottom. If it's cinnamon, you can do whatever you want. But this time there's half cheese in there, so we're going to put it on the bottom. Then we are going to put it in for 13 minutes. And just wait until it's finished.
Hey, if you like today's cooking show with Cass and berke, then send us a comment and tell us what we should make next time. And just maybe, we will. Well, now they're just about done. The timer's gone off. We're just going to look for that golden brown. They are ready. We need to, let's grab something to set these on while they cool off. So then, I'd usually say, just wait for about 5 to 10 minutes so that they can cool off a little. Then, you're ready to eat your product. Now we have the finished product of the cinnamon sugar croissants. Now, you can eat them cold or hot. it doesn't really matter, but if you want to eat them cold, you should wait 10 minutes, let them cool down, because if you just put them straight back in the fridge, they will turn back to dough.
And here's the second finished product right here. We got 2 of the melted cheese on top, right in the middle, and the inside cheese is right here.